Okay, to about Clankstar. He's pretty big in the HIVE community as he's the creator of the HIVE, and he has a very simple and easy skin, but it's also very nice and detailed. The blocks you need are stripped dark oak wood, red concrete, red wool, red powder, yellow concrete, yellow wool, white concrete, white wool, pink terracotta, wax oxidized copper, oak wood planks, stripped oak wood, pink powder, black powder, brown concrete, brown wool, brown powder, and string or barrier block or structure void. I'm just using string right now because the structure void block is broken. Hey, feature people here. Possibly forgot to tell you that brown terracotta is also a block you need, so grab that too. Future Withful signing out. See you hopefully never. These little blocks you need to pause down and grab all of them. Okay, the first 9 blocks you'll need is your stripped dark oak wood to your pink terracotta, so grab that now. Okay, once done, you can grab your stripped dark oak wood and go 8 in a row. Make sure to place each block 1 by 1 and not 8 in a row, or it'll make it face different directions like so. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pop out 3 on both sides and connect it. Just like so. Okay, now do another row of stripped oak wood on top of that, all the way around. Make sure, once again, you place each block 1 by 1, so there's no difference in direction. Just like so. Next, in the bottom left and bottom right corner, get your red concrete and make a square each. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Just like so. Okay. Clankstar, as you'll see by the thumbnail, whichever way you're looking at it, he's a very cubic skin, so this will be really easy. Everything can be measured in cubes besides like one part. Make 2 squares of red wool in the middle between the red concrete squares, like so. Okay, on top of the red concrete squares, go up 3 red wool squares, so 6 blocks each. 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares. Just like so. Now, once again, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. Oh my goodness. Okay, on the bottom, go across 2 red wool squares. Okay, then go across 2 red powder squares. Then go across 2 red wool squares. Just like so. See? Very simple. In the top left and top right corner, make a red concrete square each. And between those 2 red concrete squares, make 2 red wool squares. Just like so. With that, the front of Clankstar is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now move on to the right side of his legs. Start off, get your red concrete. Go all the way across 3 twice. Just like so. Pretty much making 2 red squares in the process. Okay, then go all the way across your red wool. Every single block. Just like so. And the top 2 layers, go across 2 red concrete. All the way across. Like so. Make it 2 squares on both sides. Okay, now we repeat the process on the other side. Go all the way across your red concrete. Then all the way across with the red wool on each red wool layer. Then twice across with the red concrete on top. Just like so. Making 2 squares on both sides. Okay, now we move on to his backside, which is a literal mirrored copy of his front side. So if you want to just pause now, do it and skip ahead, you can do that. Start off in the corners, top and bottom. Go up 2 red concrete on each side, making the red concrete squares, just like so. Next, on the bottom layer, go across 2 red squares, red wool squares, like so. Then go across 2 more red wool squares in the middle. And on the ends, go up 2 red wool each. Just like so. Okay, on the ends, go up 4 red wool each, completing those squares. In the middle, go across 2 red powder squares. And fill the rest in with 4 red wool squares. Just like so. And just like so. With that, the back of Clankstar is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now we go into the front of his body. Okay, so off in the bottom left and bottom right corner, make a square of stripped dark oak wood. Boom. And boom. On the left side in the middle, get your yellow concrete and make a square. And to the right of that, make a square of yellow wool. Just like so. Once done, you can drop your yellow wool and your yellow concrete. Next, get your pink terracotta, pop it on either arm, doesn't matter which, and make 2 squares each. So, 1, 2. Just like so. Then pull it back 3. And just make 2 full squares on each side. Just like so. That's one hand done. Now do the next hand. 2 squares, 2 squares, 2 squares, and 2 squares. Just like so. Okay, next, on top of the closer side of the hand, on top of the pink terracotta, place one placement block, then pop out 1 white wool, then make that white wool a square, like so. Okay, then place a white concrete square next to it to the left, like so. Now do the same for the opposite arm. On the part of the body, part of the hand closest to the body, pop out 1 white wool, make it a square, and a white concrete next to it, like so. Okay, next, behind the final, the far right and far left white concretes, place 1 placement block each. Then move in 1 more placement block behind the next white concrete each. Okay, and on top of each white concrete, not popped out, but popped inwards, make 2 squares of red powder, pulling up. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Make sure you repeat this for both sides, just like so. And next of those 2 red square powders on both sides, make 2 red wool squares on both sides. 1, 2. 1, 2. Just like so. Okay? On top of the stripped oak wood, go up 3 squares of red wool each on both sides. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like so. And in the middle, on top of both yellows, get your red powder, and go up 3 red powder squares on top of both yellows, just like so. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Okay, on the middle left red powder square, make a square of white concrete. To the right of that, make a square of white wool. And then buff both of them, make 2 squares of pink terracotta going across horizontally. So 1, 2. On the left pink terracotta square, make a square of white concrete. On the right pink terracotta square, make a square of white wool. Just like so. Above the red powders on both sides, make 2 squares of red wool. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Just like so. Now on these final gaps, make 6 squares of red concrete. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like so. With that, the one for Clankstar is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now we move on to the right side of sim, which is pretty simple. Start off, pop out 1 white concrete, make that square, and put another square of white concrete next to it, just like so. Place 3 placement blocks behind it, going across. Then make 2 squares of red powder. So 1, 2, and then 2 more squares above that. 1, 2. Then get your red wool and go across 4 squares of red wool. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Just like so. Now we move on to the other side, which is the same pattern. Pop out 1 white concrete, make that square, and put another white concrete square next to it. Place 3 placement blocks behind it. Then make 2 squares of red powder on top of that. So 1, 2. Then 2 more squares of red powder on top of that. Then 4 squares of red wool on top of that. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Just like so. With that, we can go on to the back of Clankstar. Start off, get your stripped dark oak wood, and go across 4 squares all the way across on the bottom layer of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like so. Once done, you can drop your stripped oak wood. Next, on the outer sides, pop out one white concrete and make that a square on both sides, on his hands. Then next, both white concrete squares, make one white wool square each. Just like so, and just like so. Okay, once done, in the bottom corners of the body, make a red concrete square each. Then go across 2 red wool squares in the middle. Above the 2 red wool squares, go up 2 red powder squares on each red wool. So 1, 2, 1, 2, giving you one big square of red powder in the middle. Then above that red powder, to the left of that red powder, and to the right of that red powder, make a big square of red wool each, which contains 4 red wool squares inside of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one side done. Next side. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another side done. And the next side. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all 3 big red squares done. On the outer sides of the arms, get your red powder and go up 4 each, making 2 squares of red powder on both sides, just like so. And make sure to place a block underneath so the red powder doesn't fall, like I just demonstrated. Now above those red powders, go up 4 red wool each, completing those squares on both sides of the arms, just like so. And on those final 2 gaps, get your red concrete and make 2 big squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like so. With that, the back of Clankstar is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now we move on to the shoulder blades, which is pretty simple. Whichever color it is, whether you're on the front or the back, just pull it all the way across, like so, giving you 2 red concrete lines and 2 red wool lines. Just like so. And from the front view, from above, it looks like this. Okay, with that done, we can move on to the head. You can also drop all your reds now, as we reorganize the inventory. Just grab your pink terracotta, white wool, and white concrete, your waxed oxidized copper, your oaks, your pink powder, black powder, and might as well your brown concrete now. Okay, to start off, get your pink terracotta, and on the corner of the head right here, pop it out and make a square, just like so. And do it for the other side as well. Pop one out and make a square. Again, that connects it all the way across, giving you 4 squares in total with the pink terracotta. And also connect it underneath as well, just to hide that ugly hole. Okay, on the left corner and the right corner of the head, make a square of wax oxidized copper each. Just like that. Once done, you can drop that block. Next, make a square of pink terracotta 2 times between those wax oxidized coppers. Just like so. Okay. Next, above either wax oxidized copper, doesn't matter which, place a block behind it. Then place a oak wood plank outside on top of it. Then turn that into a square. Then another oak wood plank square on top of that. Now do the same for the opposite eye. Pop out 1 oak wood plank, make it a square, another oak wood plank square on top of that. Next, get a row of place blocks on the top layer of the pink terracotta, going across, and make 2 squares of stripped oak wood popped out. 1, 2. Once done, you can break the row of placing blocks just like so. On the left square of stripped oak wood, make a square of white concrete. And on the right square of stripped oak wood, make a square of white wool. Once done, you can drop your whites. Just like so. And you could also drop your stripped oak wood at this time as well. Now to reorganize the inventory, grabbing every block in our inventory into our hotbar. Make sure it's colorized from darkest to lightest per color it is. Once done, we move on to the right side of his head. Start off, make another square of pink terracotta going towards the left. And then just go up 2 pink terracotta next to the wax oxidized copper, like so. Next, get your string, and on the back side, pop out 1. Next, get your placement block and place 1 right here in this little gap. Then make a square of brown powder. Now typically in this situation we would then make another square of brown powder, but for a crave decision, I decided to break the corners of the hats because it makes it look so much better and less cubey and just like more 3D. So we're gonna break the rule of the cubics and make a 75% of a cube with your brown powder next to that, like so, going up 1 layer. On top of these 2 75% square, make a full square of brown powder, like so. Now above both brown powder squares, make a brown wool square each side, just like so. Now on the top brown wool on the left side, make a 75% brown concrete square with the top left block missing, like so. Okay, on top of the other brown wool square, make a full complete brown concrete square. And to the right of that brown wool square, make a brown concrete square as well. And unlike me, make sure all of it's popped out. Just like so. Because it is a hat after all, so make sure all of this stuff is popped out. Make it look more authentic and real and better. Okay, next on top of the last brown concrete square you made, make a square of oak wood planks. And then another square of oak wood planks to the right of that, just like so. On top of that oak wood square, like another square of oak wood planks. To the left of that, make a square of black powder. And to the left of that, make a square of brown powder. With that, the right side of Clankstar is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now we run on the other side we said. The opposite side, just like so. So off, make another square of pink terracotta on the bottom layer. Go up 2 pink terracotta next to the wax oxidized copper, like so. Next, pop out 1 brown concrete right here. Make it a square. Make 75% of a square of brown concrete to the right of it, with the bottom right corner missing, like so. On top of that 75% square, make a full square of brown concrete on top of it. Then another one on top of that. Next, grab the brown terracotta that I totally forgot to tell you to grab. Don't worry, I'll have future Whipple in the videos on top. Don't worry, you didn't see anything. Okay. Next, on top of this brown concrete square right here, make another square of brown concrete. Then on top and to the left of that brown concrete square, make a square of brown wool. Just like so. And just like so. Above the top square of brown wool, make a square of brown powder. Just like so. On the top right corner, get your brown terracotta and make it 75% square, just like so, forgetting the top right corner. And just switch the other block around here with brown terracotta as well, just like so. Okay, above the brown wool on the bottom layer, get your oak wood plank and make it square above that, and another oak wood plank square to the left of that, with an oak wood plank square on top of that, and a black powder square to the right of that. With that, the side of Clankstar is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, and everyone on the back tab said. So off, get your string. Okay, pop out 1 right here, underneath, just like so. Place 3 brown powder on top of it. 1, 2, 3. Then go to the left of it and down 1 string, or whichever block you're using, like so. Place 4 brown powder on top of that. Like so. Okay. This would be a bit of a mess. Let me just place a block right here. Break this string right here. This was a mistake earlier. Boom, boom, boom. String, brown powder. I know string's so annoying. Wish it was structure blocks, but you gotta make do. I just did the same. I just did the same thing. Boom, break the string. Brown powder falls. String right here, like so. And then 1, 2, 3, boom, like that. Yes, that's the shape we want. I mean, with structure boys or bare blocks would have been much easier, but yeah, that's what we're going for. This shape. Okay, next, above these square brown powder on top, make a square of brown wool. Then make a 75% square of brown terracotta with the top right corner missing, like so. And in this top right corner, just place one brown terracotta, like so. And it should look something like this so far. Okay, now in the bottom left corner, get your brown concrete, go 1, 2 out, 1, 2 out, like so. Okay. And then in this little corner right here, pop 1 out, like so. Giving the same shape as the other side, with 3 corners. Okay, on this farthest right brown concrete, turn that into a 75% square with the bottom left corner missing. Then a brown concrete square to the right of it. Above the 75% square brown concrete, go up 2 squares of brown concrete. So 1, 2. And above that, make a square of brown terracotta with the top left corner missing, the size 75% one. And between these 2 brown terracottas, place one little block right there, giving you a 3 corner. Okay, above the brown concrete square, make a brown powder square. Then a brown wool square on top of that. Then a brown concrete square on top of that. Okay. Next to the bottom right brown concrete square, make a brown wool square. Then 3 brown concrete squares on top of that. Just like so. Now the underside of the head, just grab every color you have and just pull it all the way to the back. Just like so, and same with the string and the brown powder, which is very annoying. Ignore that mess. With that, the back of Clankstar is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now move on to the top of his head. Start off in the top, bottom left and bottom right corner. Pop up a square oak wood planks like so. Once done, you can drop that block. You can also drop your pink terracotta this time. Next, get a placement block and go across 2 rows on the top layer between those 2 oak wood squares. Then make 2 squares of pink powder, just like so. Once done, you can drop that. Where the black powders are, place a square of placement blocks next to it. Make sure it's not popped out. Then a square of black powder on top of both the placement blocks, like so. Once done, you can drop your black powder. On the right eye, the right square of black powder, above it and to the left of it, make a square of placement blocks underneath it. Like so. Then make a square of brown powder on both placement block squares, like so. Once done, you can drop that. You can also drop your string or barrel block or tripod right now. To the left of both brown powder squares, make a brown wool square. On top of each brown wool square, make a brown concrete square. Above the left black powder square, make a brown concrete square. Between the 2 diagonal brown concrete squares, make a brown concrete square. And these final 3 gaps, pretend that block is in there, just make 2 75% brown terracotta squares with the top left corner missing in one and the top right corner missing in the other one. Just like so. And with that, the top of Clankstar is done. This was a bit scuffed, but in the end, it came out great. If any more Minecraft skins or YouTubes we do, I can do it, or at least I can try.